Good morning. How you guys doing? It's Mike back with the thought of the day on August 21st, 2024. First, I want to give all praises to Ahaya Shoahaya, Ba'ashem Yeshaya Rawakadash. That's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit in Hebrew. Then I'd like to open with the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. May your will, not mine, be done. Today I want to talk about time management and recovery. Time management and recovery. One of the most important things that I tell my clients, especially my students, before they leave, and something I had to learn when I was in rehab, was time management and recovery, because we don't realize how much time we take out of our lives when we're using and drinking when we out there, until we got to fill that time up with different activities. I remember being in rehab and about to go home, got my date when I was going to go home, and suddenly a spirit of fear came over me because I was still retired, and I was going back to Trenton. And, you know, Trenton is filled with mostly liquor stores, bars, and I had a terrible social life, and I didn't know what I was going to do during that time to fill up that time. I used to go to the liquor store like 9 o'clock in the morning and just did a lot of ungodly things during the day that I couldn't do no more because of my sobriety, but I didn't know what I was going to do with my time. I was newly in sobriety, so I didn't want to jump in and find a job right away, but I had to fill that time in to with some constructive things. So the first thing I did was I sat down and I thought about it, and then I prayed, and then the spirit hit me like, you got to dive into meetings. So I went to 5 AA meetings a day, man. I went to a 6 o'clock in the morning or 7. I went to a 9 o'clock. I went to a 12 o'clock noon. I went to a 4 or 5 early evening, and then I went to a 7 or 8. And I did that every day until I built a positive social life. Because I was scared, because I didn't know what to do. And it's so important to be able to fill up that time. Now that I work, praise the Most High, all praise to the Most High, the time gets filled up with me going to work in the morning, from 7 to 3. When I get off, if I didn't hit a meeting while I was at work, take my kids to a meeting. I go to a meeting. I go to the gym. I got Bible study. I spend time with my wife. And after I do all that, I'm too tired. I go to sleep. You have to have a scheduled day. It's very important to know where you're supposed to be at every hour of the day. If you got to write it out until it gets drilled into your head. That's what I had to do. I had to write it out to get drilled into my head. And attention to those who are eager to retire, especially the ones that's struggling with sobriety or early in sobriety. Retirement is tougher because you don't have a job to take up 8 hours of your day. I remember walking down the hallway in Red Bank Middle School when they told me it was that I had got the results of my test came back, and I had the option to retire, and saying, yeah, I'm gonna retire, but I knew I was gonna be in trouble because I couldn't wait to drink when I got home, and now what I'm gonna do all day? And then every day turned into like it was Friday, because I didn't have to go nowhere except when I had basketball tournaments, like once a month or once every other month. Other than that, it was party time every day. But what that does is when you retire, it increases your accessibility to the alcohol, because you don't have nothing holding you. You don't have no standard to live to the next day. You don't got to go to work. You don't really got to be responsible and stuff like that. So what you going to do? You're going to drink all day. And then that's going to turn into a habit, a super habit. And then it just gets worse and worse. So people that's in retirement or headed towards retirement, and you have that issue, please have a schedule of your life. I don't care if you got to go volunteer places, go to a shelter to walk some animals, go read at the people in the elderly, go to soup kitchens, go anywhere, get out of the house, because when you battle in sobriety, you battle in recovery, you have to know where you at during the day, and you have to have things planned, because an idle mind is the devil's playground. Once you start sitting around, you're going to start romanticizing about the good days of the drinking or the getting high. You're not going to think about the treacherous times you had. And once those start getting in your mind, next thing you know, it seems like a good idea to try one. And now you back in the terrible cycle again. You know what I'm saying? So if you at work, if you go to work, do your job. When you get off, hit you a meeting, hit the gym, spend some time with the family, and then most likely you'll make it through another day sober. If you retired, you gotta plan that whole day out from the day you wake up, from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. You gotta have things positive to do in them slots. I'm here to tell you. You might have to hit multiple meetings in a day. You might have to get you a part-time job at Walmart or something to suck up some of that time, because I'm telling you, we never know how much time we used to spend using or drinking until we got to fill that time up with positive things while we in recovery. This is Mike. Enjoy the rest of your day. Shalom.